Hey friend, I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about communicating and the difference of communicating versus talking. See, a lot of times we just talk, and we barely take the opportunity to listen and communicate. So that's what this video is all about. I wanted to talk a little bit about communicating, especially through to Handyman customers as well as your family, and how you can improve that. So one thing that I wanted to really get into was, I think that one of the most important things is the way that we communicate with our families. Because if we don't communicate with our families correctly, there's no way that we're going to communicate with our Handyman customers correctly or even efficiently. So I want to encourage you guys, especially at this holiday season, we're about to celebrate Christmas here. I want you guys to take some time off and really focus on communicating with your family members and friends that you are hanging out with this Christmas. And one of the ways that you can do that is really intentionally listening to them. And I know that it's really hard, especially for me, because for me, I want to talk. I love talking. I love explaining. I love explaining kind of the way that I think about things. But in the end, real communication comes from listening. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge for me, so I challenge you guys. Really sit back and, like, when you come home and your wife has had a crazy day or whatever, just sit back and listen to her. And really, and I think the key to listening is asking questions. So the key to communicating is listening, and the key to listening is asking questions. So for instance, when someone is telling you a story or asking you a question or whatever, don't think it's very common in our heads to think about the next thing that we are going to say in this conversation. So when they're explaining something, we're already thinking of, what we're going to say next and how we think about that. But instead of doing that, focus on a question. So when they're explaining something, instead of focusing on what you're going to say, focus on a question that you want to ask to relay that a little bit deeper. So if they're telling you about a certain aspect of their day, maybe think of a question that will help them to dig deeper into that aspect of their day. Because the deeper that you get them to go into their explanation, the more that you are going to be communicating with them, and the better relationship you're going to be having with them. So I think that is one of the keys to communicating, is listening, and listening is to asking questions. So I would challenge you guys during this Christmas season to sit at home and start with your family, because it's got to start with your family. That's a great people to practice with. Even if you come home and be like, hey honey, or even your kids, say, hey kids, I realize that maybe I struggle a little bit at communicating. I would love to practice my communication skills this weekend, and so I would love to ask you a few more questions, and they're going to absolutely love it, you guys. So I would encourage you guys to do that. It has helped me a lot, is learning how to communicate and ask questions, especially with my family, and that transcends into Handyman customers as well, because the more you can communicate with Handyman customers, the more they are going to trust you with the work that they have going on at their home, and they're going to feel more comfortable with you providing that work, and feel more comfortable with the either the dollar per hour or the rate that you charge them for the services. So that would be my encouragement. So the next step for you guys is to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We got an awesome vlog coming out on Thursday with an awesome giveaway as well, because this channel just hit 10,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it, and it is all because of you. Could not have done it without you guys. You guys are the subscribers, so I got some awesome giveaways coming out this Thursday for you guys, so pay attention to that video. But have a Merry Christmas, take some time off, and really learn how to communicate with your family. Because once you learn how to communicate, start with your family, you will make way more money in your business. I guarantee it. Because that communication transcends into dollars at the end of the day with your customers. So anyways, thank you all so much. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you all on Thursday.